What's good, my listeners? You're tuning in to Mindstone Radio with your voice of logic and reason, Conscience Prep, coming at you with another topic today that many will understand, some will argue, and few will not decipher. But either way, I'm just going to bring it to you real. So, today is the day where we had Nipsey's funeral services, his vigil, and the concession, I believe, and it went very well. It was amazing. It was very amazing. It's a lot still going on as I speak. But overall topic is, right now I just want to talk about the younger generation, the young men, 16, 15, 14, 13, ones that are able to be influenced and to be guided, by people that they look up to, people that they consider leaders, so they feel like they have to follow footsteps or better yet, fill shoes based off seeing somebody else's name or reputation or whatever level in life that they deem necessary to try to portray. I want to be like him, So, this goes to the point of with what happened with Nipsey, he left a big mark. He left a very, very large mark in the black community. A positive influence, a great reputation that preceded him when he passed. And, it brought together a lot of gangs. It brought unity. A lot of bloods, a lot of gangs were able to come together and be at peace. And, as far as watching the news, I haven't seen much of any gang violence. But I have seen younger generations on social media that still have rivals, kind of disrespect each other, and certain rivals, throw out, their little parties, and they, throw out their disrespect to the gangs that are still their rivals. And, with me, I feel like somebody's supposed to talk to them. Supposed to talk to them, be like, hold up, chill out, take that video down. We trying to start a new leaf, clean slate. They may debate it, say, oh man, but they did this or they're saying this, and it's like, nah, look, man, we're gonna be the bigger person. You an example. You are someone that may be at a street level as Nipsey, and everyone knows you. You've earned your stress and stripes. You paid your way. You had your back against the wall. You did everything necessary to hold you a solid reputation, and it's obviously respected in your community. So, they look up to you. They'll listen. Nah, look, young homie, young brother, we not gonna do this. So we just gonna be at peace. We're gonna be at peace, man. We're gonna start a clean slate. Don't you want to be able to go to this restaurant or this store or this gas station or this dispensary, whatever business it may be? Don't you want to be able to go to this school and feel like, when you walk out to school and you walk down the street where they at, they not going to address you, they not going to press you because they want to be respectful also, Bless you. Yeah, my daughter sneezed. But, you want that to happen, and that's what I want to see happen. I'm advocating for peace. I'm a different type of individual. But, my name is out there. My name's solid. I'm a solid person. People see what I'm doing. They know about my segments. They know where my mindset is. They know that I go to college. Knowing that I'm paralyzed. But, like they say, that don't mean anything. You're still you. So, it's a lot of things that preceded me. And a lot of people still have respect for me. And it's people like me to tell them, hey man, look, chill out. But did you see the video? Yeah, I seen it. And they need their peoples to talk to their people. People of the same bracket. Without allowing somebody to respond saying something like, well, that's how the little homies feel. No, my brother. Then you have no control. Then you don't want peace. Because I see people in a lot of environments, and it never fails. When it comes to the life of being affiliated, you have sisters that mess with the rival, people have schools they have to go to, families stay over here. It's always some weird connection where you have to not interact with the other side, but basically, you might have to set foot in that territory. You might have an encounter. And, based on you might have a respectful encounter. You might have a disrespectful encounter. It may be based on how you respond. We do have a lot of people in these streets that are cowards, that respond in a way where they're still looking to earn that badge of honor. But, the way things are going now, we want to utilize what happened, and keep the peace that's there. We don't want this to be a moment, We want this to be official, completely official. Like, wow, the blacks aren't doing anything. They're not beefing with each other. People can go to the malls. They don't fight. Nobody's aggressively throwing gang signs at each other, doing anything to make a person feel disrespected or violated, And that's what I want to see. I want people to feel like they can go to the beach and throw a bonfire and everyone is there and they're being respectful and they're not saying anything to each other. Just only respect. Just respect. All love. Tell somebody, hey dog, he's a blood. Hey, you want a beer, bro? Oh man, good looking. People don't even ask each other where they from. I've dealt with that a lot where I can meet people. We can obviously tell, like, we got tattoos, okay, he might be affiliated, but we can sit there and engage in a conversation for 15 minutes or more, and we have not asked each other where the other individual is from. Hey, by the way, where are you from? Probably at the end of the conversation, man. All right, bro, I'm about to leave. My name's Kenneth. Oh, my name's Sean, bro. All right, no doubt, man. See you up here next time. And the whole time, he's a blood. But real recognize real. That's the type of generation that I come from, where we've been around. We've been in prison. We have experiences. We've been through a lot. We done have fights. We done played in the streets. Whatever it may be, there was activity that we done engaged in where we've acquired a reputation and people respect us and the younger people respect it. So my point is, overall, we need to talk to the younger generations. This is what this topic is about. It's about talking to the younger generations so that they do not mess up what is going on. We can't allow them to mess it up. We can't allow them to be in the hood, in the community, and be like, hey, we about to go. But the other ones that are of the same bracket, in their 30s and 25, maybe 29 and up, that can say something, aren't saying anything. But they're not also, like I said, they're not doing nothing. They're not engaging. They're not indulging in, vigilante street activities. Being disruptive street gangs. We need to take all that away. Make them take away the disruptive street gang title. Make them take away the gang enhancement, the gang injunctions, so they don't feel like every community, when a family moves over there, they have a son and it's like, oh man, I heard this is a blood hood or this is a crip hood. I hope I'll be okay walking to school. Nah, you be okay, my brother. You know, you might get somebody that might approach you, but you know, we trying to stop that. If it looks like peace, it's peace. You know, if it looks like disrespect, I can hope that someone would approach it respectfully and diffuse the situation. But you have to have a strong mind to know how to do that. You know, you can see somebody walking up the street looking mad and you can be like, hey, bro, everything good with you, man? Whatever it may be. He might just had an argument with the mother of his child. You know, he might just need to vent. Don't mean he's looking to get approached by the gang in the community and have any issues with anybody. You know, it's not always the case. They're not looking for that. That's how a lot of senseless killings happen, because they are not in a good headspace. You know, they get violated. Somebody gets disrespectful. Somebody gets testy. Somebody has to prove themselves. And it's like these young generations, they're looking to prove themselves. And we need to let them know, like, hey, you don't have to prove yourself no more, bro. Prove yourself by being a great dad. Tell the younger generation, hey, bro, you know what you got going, man. You know, I see you. You got your son and your daughter. You know, I see you posting, you taking care of you, buying your kids shoes and clothes. That's cool, man. You educate them. Teach them how to spell their names and spell words and bring out certain books to them. You know, take them to a good school. Make them love wanting to be educated. You yourself want to be a good father or a great mother. You know, you have to be a great father. Be a positive example. A lot of these young guys, they have kids at young ages and, you know, you can see a lot of confusion. People feel like it's kind of easy being a father, but it's more to it than just being a father. Then you see them a week later on social media talking about single. Or, you know, there's a situation where, like I said in one of my first segments, you know, have a conversation before moving forward. You know, people just tend to have sex with everybody and make babies everywhere, and it's not necessarily the smartest idea. You know, you have to, you know, be wise about it. You know, my generation, you know, I was young, high school, you know, I done had an encounter with, you know, you done got burnt here, you know, you done had caught something here or whatever it may be, just because you weren't being wise with the way you were having relations with women. And back in high school, you know, and it's get crazy. So, you know, you see a lot of the younger generation there, you know, there's babies everywhere and babies everywhere. And then it's like, okay, you know, don't do that. Focus on going to school, my brother. You know, protect yourself. Young lady, protect yourself. You know, women, talk to the younger ladies. Protect themselves so that, you know, don't nobody get pregnant at a young age. They can focus on going to college. They can focus on being an EMT or NA or LVN and not get distracted in the medical field. Yeah, you have to excuse the background. It's a lot going on right now. But yeah, you know, you want to talk to the younger generations. You know, the women, talk to the younger ladies. You know, men, you know, big homies, big brothers, uncles, cousins, talk to the younger men so that they don't get caught up in being a part of the system, so that they don't end up incarcerated, you know, so that they don't end up domestic violence issues because they don't understand the women. And they can't understand these young girls. These young girls still have to learn to understand themselves. You know, so we have to talk to the younger generations to get them a better focus in life. You know, when I go to school, I see it's a lot of young people in my classrooms. It's a lot of 19 and 20-year-olds and 18-year-olds, and I talk to them. I talk to them to keep them focused. Like, yeah, you kind of, give them that acknowledgement. Like, man, that's good. You going to school? What you taking? Oh man, I'm trying to be a firefighter. Oh, I used to do that. I used to hike the mountains, man. Give them some workout tips. Tell them just to keep the endurance up. You got to give them that knowledge, give them that experience. Same thing you would do in the hood, in the community. Talk to the young homeboys, the younger generation, man, and tell them like, look, man, chill out. We trying to keep this thing stable. We trying to keep this thing peaceful. Don't allow these young dudes to run around here like Tasmanian devils and loose cannons, feeling compelled to disrespect each other. I seen a comment of somebody stated, they was a real Crip, and they had their name, written out, and, in their name, they had a letter with the K in front of it. And I'm just like, okay, bro, if we understand your point, bro, but you don't have to do that. And it's like, that's not good. That's not showing a positive example. People tend to show a form of disrespect. And it's like, bro, you disrespecting everybody. Take it out your name. You have tattoos, you got tattoos. But you don't have to sit here and have these social media IDs and it's disrespecting the other side. And it's like, the other side is going to be like, come on, man, we trying. But you disrespecting us. But you want to have respectful comments and try to uphold yourself on a certain level. That's not respectful. I couldn't even call that person a real Crip. Why? Because you have BK in your name. That's not respectful. We've been around people. We done ate with people, because real recognize real. And the younger generations, a lot of them have not had this experience. That's why it's a surprise to them when we enter certain facilities of the system, prison or a county jail. And they're like, man, he came in the dorm and they respected him and he didn't have to fight nobody. No, because they respect you. They respect me as a different type of person. They know. They can feel that energy. Someone can try to get a name, but it's not gonna come out how they want it to be. But you, the younger generation, you guys run around here, they know your type. They know you run around here lying and doing all the, flashy stuff to, make it seem like you just really against the other side. So they look forward to that. Oh, I know him. He was all on Instagram throwing and disrespecting the gang. All after the Nipsey situation. So we gotta, G's. But not even the G's. Like I said, the people in my bracket, man, you advocating for peace. And even if you're not advocating for peace, why don't you consider it? Think about your sons, your daughters that are walking around these communities, going to these schools, and they know who their daddy is, and people know who their daddy is. So, do you want to continue to have the tough role and say, nah, I want them to know who I am. So, I want my son to represent that. Nah, man, tell your son, be a positive example. Advocate for peace, man, for the benefit of your future, for the benefit of their future, so that nothing happens to them, so that there can be longevity in their life, so that he can go to college, so that he can acquire a degree, BA, master's, so that he can be successful, be in sports. Same thing with the daughter. And he didn't have to indulge in that lifestyle just because the father did. Same thing with the younger generations. You speak to them. They see the things that you are doing. Because there's a lot of people that's in my generation that, kind of like just went about their way. They don't talk to nobody. They don't say anything to the younger generation. They just moved on. Like, oh, I'm out of here. I'm living life. Bro, tell him how to live life. Tell him how to get it. Don't just constantly post pictures and make it look like you just crapping on the community, or went Hollywood, like, tell them, man, well, I met a good woman. Well, tell him how to meet a good woman. Tell him how to present himself. Tell him to be articulate. Tell him to be versatile. Tell him to read books. Tell him to acquire new words in his grammar. I have to tell my baby brother that, like, bro, you sitting there writing these letters looking like you writing a homie from juvenile hall. You can't be doing that. These ladies ain't gonna read that. They're not gonna be interested. You get on the phone and you don't have no real conversation. You want to sound like you're able to lead. You want to sound like you're able to, bring security. You know what you're talking about. You got a future ahead of you. They can tell when they talking to you, especially a real lady can tell. She can tell if you're wasting your time. A lot of the younger generations can't catch on, but they don't have time for that. They still have to learn also. And that's what the ladies teach them. But if you're a young man and you're trying to figure it out and trying to find a way, that's what I'm saying. The generation, you guys in your 30s and 35 and 37, going up the ladder, you're not around, you got a good example to show, talk to them. Don't sit there and say they don't listen. Throw it out there, man. So that they know when they in a moment, when they got home in a moment, and they saying to themselves, like, man, I remember the homeboy tried to tell me something and that he told me some real stuff. Trust me, that the seed is gonna get planted. It's gonna be acknowledged. They gonna respect it. At least you spoke to them. They can sit in the park or on a block with 20 and 30 homeboys, and not one person is telling them anything constructive that's gonna benefit their life, the longevity of their life. Give them any work ethic. Show them where to go. Show them where to go. Give them job leads. Give them real leads. Tell them where to go to gain experience. Tell them the steps to go when it comes to going to school. Look, you should start here. Then after that, I think you should consider this. What are your gifts? What do you want to do? What do you think you want to do? There are a couple things that you are able to do if you don't have a felony. It's a lot. There's opportunities out there. It's just about you, being enthused to go for it, your ambition, being adamant, and really want to be a positive influence in your kid's life. That's all I'm saying. I know it's hard on the younger generation. I don't want them to be out here feeling like they gotta play a part. They gotta portray an image. When I see these videos and I see these kids throwing it up and, disrespecting everyone else, I'm like, do you know anybody? Have you really had an encounter to dislike this person, to have hate? Because, a lot of the hate that they have for each other is self-hate. It's lack of understanding of self. I don't even understand why I don't like this person. I just know I came to this gang. They told us those were our enemies and those over there, they are enemies. So that's what we have to do. So it's, kill this, kill that, or dislike this, dislike that. But, I wouldn't mind being cool. Oh, I go to school with somebody. Dang, he's actually cool. Until I found out where he was from. Oh, man, you from such and such? Come on, bro, seriously? And I remember that in juvenile hall, where you have a conversation with somebody and then they'll find out where you from and, their whole body language will change. And it's like, bro, it was cool. Why switch it up? I'm not going to brawl it up on you. I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to punch you. I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to disrespect you. It's good. In their head, they feel like they have to do something. Or, they might be saying, man, that's cool. I'm thankful. I really don't want to fight. Or they might want to gain a name. We have to talk to the younger generations. I really push that, man, because, in the black community, it's a lot going on. There's so much going on right now. Like, I have topics that I've seen that I'm just like, man, I want to talk about that. the young black men. I had seen a post, about Dwayne Wade's son. He's only like 10 or 11, I believe. And, he was at a gay pride parade, and he proclaims to be gay. Like, I'm happy, I'm gay. And, somebody was like, you didn't even experience puberty. Like, you don't have no hair down there, bro. Like, you, seriously? You just know that that's what you want from the man. And is this as an aggressive person, what they call at the top? Or is this as a bottom, as the feminine person? Like, I want to be dominated by, a man. Like, come on, like, that's not cool. What did you go through in life? So, it's a lot going on with the younger generation, man. And, society makes it difficult on the black community because they make them feel like, yeah, be comfortable in that, accept it. Oh, we're happy for you. Come out. That's right. So it's a lot going on, and that'll be another topic. But, I just really want to save the younger generation. I want them to be guided correctly. I want the people to really talk to them. Like I said, I know black brothers that, don't come around and, focus on their lives and, and try to do things because they have kids and, they feel like they can't babysit. They feel like they can't advocate. But trust and believe it doesn't hurt, to just, you can be on the block, you can stop by and just say something to one or two or three of the younger generation. You don't have to say, hey, all of y'all come over here and let me talk to you. Yeah, because a lot of them won't take it that way. Sometimes it's better to talk to one person one by one, and they'll be like, yeah, man, I was just going through a lot. Ask them, check on them. You been all right? Let them know that there's somebody that cares about their well-being, cares about their future, because though you might sense homie love, you don't really sense real brotherly love. It's a difference. Homie love, is, oh man, here to drink, bro. Here, hit the trees, man. You my N word, but it's like not really, it's more focused on a negative influence, but it's not really, there's no guidance. There's no real guidance. Brotherly love, brotherly guidance is different. You're going to make sure your brother is straight. You're going to look at it like family, like, I love you, man. I want you to be straight. Like, you my little brother. I don't want you to die out here. I don't want you to be a victim. So I hope, if you ever need to talk to somebody, I can be there. Younger homegirls, younger generation. I played the big brother. I wasn't a guy out here trying to have sex with my little homegirls like everybody else was, disrespecting them and calling them all out their names. And a lot of people do that. And they get conditioned to it. Now they're used to it. So they're just constantly allowing it. And they're not responding in a way where, they're defending themselves. And I'm just like, oh, don't do nothing with that guy, man. Let him disrespect you. You about to be a mama, You have to excuse me. I'm still coming down off of congestion. Like I explained in my last two segments, man, I've been dealing with congestion. It comes with the condition. In this weather, LA, it kind of been fluctuating. It'll get cold and it'll get hot, and 3 days later it's cold again. And, it just really messes up my body, especially being that I'm paralyzed. So, I get congested a lot. Not necessarily say just congested. Get real groggy. Voice kind of growls a lot, So that's one of the reasons why my last few videos have been so many days apart, Like I said, I will continue to be persistent and keep these videos coming back to back. But I'll be wanting to make sure that, my throat is right and I'm able to speak and sound right, at least sound healthy. Every once in a while, get a little itch and it'll kind of trigger it and I had to stop the video or pause it. So, so far so good, man. I'm thankful. That's the Most High allowing me to put this message out there. And I thought about that. I want this to not be a moment, you know. I want this to be magnificent, a major, major memory in life. That is consistent. The peace is there. Nobody's tripping. And we not going to allow the younger generation to mess that up because we going to be positive advocates. We going to be positive influences. We going to talk to them. We going to tell them straight up, nah, don't do that, bro. Chill. Take that down. Don't disrespect them. Oh, for real, you have no choice but to listen. You want to be technical. When it comes to the politics of that lifestyle, don't be the person don't be the agent. Oh, I have to go do it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, just chill. Go to school. You're going to be happy. You're going to be happy when you're able to go to the donut store or, the food joint and, you can see people there. If you know how to acknowledge your surroundings and they not tripping. They not hopping out on you. They not, they see you. They not tripping. You got your food and you got to go and they got theirs. They got to go. You don't have to you don't have to be uncomfortable. I remember my wife was talking about it. We basically agreed to disagree. She was more so saying, everyone should just denounce it altogether. And me, I was just like, well, that's a culture I got so many years in. I don't necessarily have to denounce it, but I can use my experiences to advocate and bring a positive influence to the community so that don't nobody, fall in the mistakes that I fell in, or, so that someone can have longevity in their life. People don't get shot. People don't go out here shooting nobody, attacking nobody, robbing nobody, all the unnecessary crimes. Protect the community. Be at peace. If law enforcement, is at peace within the community, there can be a person that makes sure that, it stays that way without having to, fully indulge and engage with them. That's all. That's all. It's all love, man. Each one teach one. But it's at a point now where my generation, 35, 37 and younger, 30 years of age, 33, is y'all have to talk to these people, man. Speak to them. Speak to the younger ones. Speak to the younger ones all the way down, whether they're new recruits, whatever. Tell them it's a wrap. It's peace now. And you should be happy and thankful. You don't have to look over your shoulders. You don't have to run when some car pulls up at a light or drives down the street. Oh man, they coming. You don't have to do that. They just roll through and give you the nod like, hey, what's up? Much love, My girl stay down the street. Oh, that's crazy. It's just all love. Same thing, because you might want that same respect. Everyone has somebody that stays somewhere, and you're going to want to go see them. And you don't want to go over there and they hear a story like, man, my young homeboy got jumped in y'all hood the other day. We don't want that. We want peace. We want you to be able to bring it back to days where you could walk your kids through the community, your sons through the community. Don't have to worry about being pressured. You understand what I'm saying? But I need my generation to step out and talk to these, man. Oh, that ain't my responsibility. Then you don't want peace, brother. Don't be an agent. And y'all know what an agent is, man. They against us. They don't want to help. They don't want to advocate. Be a peacemaker, man. It's that time. All that stuff is old, man. It's bad. It's tore up. It's ridiculous. It's a joke. So just be at peace, man. and make things better for the community. Make things better for the families. Let it be all love, one love. Too black, too strong. Like I said, man, each one teach one. So I hope you understand the message. My generation, I need y'all to step up and speak to these people. You get on Instagram, say something positive, post a video, say something to a younger generation. You in the community, say something to your younger homeboys, your little brothers. Even if they're not affiliated, speak to them. Give them some guidance, especially if you're doing something. Tell them how to get there. You know, be that, man. Long live Nip. Conscience Prep. Tuning out Mindstone Radio.